District Attorney Fani Willis must turn over documents related to her election interference case. She was sued by a conservative nonprofit claiming Willis was ignoring their requests, and the judge agreed. Atlanta News First political reporter Doug Reardon is live outside of the Fulton County Courthouse. And Doug, these documents are also linked to the January 6th investigation.
Yeah, presumably they are, and they were made through the open records request that we have here in Georgia and across the country. Anyone can use it. We use it all the time as journalists. It lets you get your hands on public records. And tied to that law, there are some really specific timeframes in which officials have to respond and either grant or deny those requests. The judge said yesterday that Willis just plain ignored those timeframes. Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis must turn over documents requested by conservative nonprofit Judicial Watch. The group wanted Willis's communications with the federal January 6th committee and Trump's D.C. prosecutor Jack Smith as she carried out her own case with Trump at the center.
It is clear that they did not want to comply or were unable or unwilling to comply, and complying with this law is mandatory.
Attorney Josh Schiffer says the Open Records Act is meant for transparency and sets strict standards for responses.
The argument from these conservative groups and other groups trying to get information is that Fani Willis can very easily collect this information, it's all digital, and send it over.
Judge Robert McBurney agreed, telling Willis she had 5 days to produce the documents, adding, quote, "The court has in effect declared that she has violated the Open Records Act."
Some of those communications are absolutely of public interest. They're not protected by any privilege.
As for what's in the documents, that's relatively unknown. Cooperation between state and federal agencies isn't uncommon, but Emory law professor Jonathan Nash says it could perpetuate something Trump has been saying for years.
There have been suggestions by the former and now incoming president that there's been coordination with the Department of Justice, with local prosecutors, including in Fulton County. I think what would be interesting, if it's there, is some evidence of coordination.
And no comment from the DA's office. They may still appeal this decision. Speaking of Trump, his attorneys today here in Georgia filed a motion asking the judge to dismiss every single charge against him in this indictment. They said he is a sitting president. You can't prosecute sitting presidents, and so the case should be thrown out. Now, of course, Willis can wait the 4 years until Trump is out of office to resume that prosecution. From downtown Atlanta, Doug Reardon, Atlanta News First.